I don't want to sound arrogant or big-headed, but I knew I was going to be a footballer since I was 6 or 7. And I didn't think I was going to be a footballer. I thought I was going to be one of the best in the world. But that's just how you have to feel. That's how I felt. My father was a professional football player, so I was born into football. 2 older brothers, so there was always football going on in and around the house, quite literally, smashing all the ornaments in the house. My dad said I naturally gravitated towards the goal, even when he used to send me to a place called Mini Club. I just basically loitered around the goal as a 6-year-old, and whenever the ball came to me, he said I'd never smack it, I'd just sort of side foot it into the corners. So right from then he knew I'd be a striker. As a young boy, I supported Everton from my early years, basically because my brothers told me to. I think they supported Everton because my dad played for them. So even though I went to Everton, the team I supported, I went to Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal. I went everywhere, Sheffield Wednesday, but it was always Liverpool I wanted to sign for. And when you join and you start becoming mates with people in your age group, the likes of Steven Gerrard, Jason Koumas and others that went on to have good careers in the game, you form a relationship.
This is my room, which I share with...
Robbie Fowler was, of course, somebody that I was looking up to in those type of years, around 13, 14, 15 years of age, because he was the Liverpool striker. He was probably the perfect person to look at and think, I want to follow in your footsteps. As an 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 15-year-old, 18-year-old, I would have been one of the best players in the world at all those ages. I broke the all-time England scoring record at under-15s for the schoolboy team. So there was no surprise, I don't think, when I eventually made my first team debut at 17. I'd been told that I was part of the squad in the previous game away at Sunderland, so I suppose I expected to be on the bench in that next game against Wimbledon. And of course, as soon as you go 1-0 down, then it's probably the perfect time for a striker to come on. And ironically, as soon as the manager said, right, go and get warmed up, you're coming on, I literally took 2 or 3 steps out of the dugout, and Wimbledon scored again, 2-0. He said, right, no warm-up for you, you're going straight on. So I didn't even have time to warm up, it was straight into the action.
Here is that opening for Michael Owen, the new kid on the block, 17-year-old Owen with his first Liverpool goal.
Scoring the goal felt really normal. Of course, inside me, I was bursting with happiness and excitement, but it was all about, come on, we've got to score another one and get back into the game here. So, yeah, it was a magical moment. Sometimes I wish, you could appreciate these moments when you're actually doing it, but being one of the best footballers, let's say, and chasing your dreams to becoming that, there's not loads of fun in it, it's relentless. It's, you score one, it's the next one, and it's the next one, and you just don't really get to appreciate it, I suppose, until you retire.
Oh, that's charged down by Michael Owen, and he gets to it first. He runs across Valeri. Here's young Owen. How cool can he keep? 4 months short of his 18th birthday, and the predatory instinct for goal is demonstrated again.
As soon as he went into the team, he got goals, and his pace was blistering. Even physical, if he wasn't as powerful as some of the defenders he was up against, they could never get near him, he was too quick.
Normally you get nervous, as a young kid. You're playing for Liverpool, and he just seemed like he'd been playing for years. His quality of finishing, was unbelievable.
I seemed to go straight from youth team football to playing about 10 reserve team games and straight into the first team, and I didn't find it any different, really. I just kept taking it in my stride and felt comfortable as soon as I started training with the first team, maybe a day or 2 to think it was a bit quicker or whatever, but you adapt really quickly if you get thrown into situations. If you're good enough, then pretty much you adapt very quickly, and I just felt that it was normal, really.
I mean, that is international standard from Michael Owen, it really is.
In my first year, obviously, as a 17-year-old, in the Premier League, when you consider the strikers around at that point, the Shearers, the Ian Wrights, the Les Ferdinands, Robbie Fowlers, Andy Coles, the names just roll off. And to come in at 17 years of age and win the Golden Boot, I suppose I look back now and think, that's pretty impressive.
On by Murphy towards Owen. Pallister hesitated. Owen's got there, and Liverpool are level. And the youngster has done it again.
I never really felt pressure as a footballer. Pressure for me is standing on the first tee of a golf course and people watching you, and I don't know whether it's going up, down, left, right, anywhere. And that's sort of pressure because I'm not confident in my ability. But you can put one person, you could put 1 million or 100 million people watching me play football, and it wouldn't make any difference whatsoever to me. That's what I always learned to do. It's what I was always good at. It's what I'm comfortable doing. Winning the Golden Boot as a 17-18-year-old was some achievement, but it didn't really matter. It didn't really mean anything. So you're just so conscious of the next thing that's coming, and you just want to succeed all the time.
Here's Owen. Michael Owen has scored his 23rd goal of the season.
Everybody in England knew about me having had a good season at Liverpool, but I think for the rest of the world, France '98 probably catapulted me into everyone's attention. There was no question in my mind that the World Cup wasn't a one-off. I'd proven it the last year, and I was about to prove it again the next year.
And the throw-in leads to a goal for Owen. And Owen gets his first Liverpool goal of the season. The first of many, I do suspect.
Well, I remember it was early on in the season. We played Arsenal at home. We'd gone to Southampton, and I'd managed to score away at Southampton. So I think we'd had 4 points after 2 games. And we went up to Newcastle, Rudd Hullit's first game, I think. And I knew all eyes were on me, having just come back from the World Cup. And, to score a hat-trick in the first half like I did was, I suppose, not joyful. It was relief. It was comforting to know that I'm still, playing well, and still, believe that I'm going to take this on and have a great career. So all of those emotions really, as opposed to joy, because as I say, there was no massive joy about any part of your career. It's just on to the next one all the time.
And Owen vaults the first challenge and the second. Brilliant! What an unbelievable goal by Michael Owen. A hat-trick inside 30-odd minutes.
The celebration was an interesting one, because when we were at Liverpool, we used to room in pairs. So me and Jamie Carragher used to room together, and about 3 or 4 hours before the game, a lot of his friends would come and knock on the door and get tickets, some of the complimentary tickets that we were given. And one chap in particular knocked on the door, and Carragher was giving him his tickets, and he was so excited he couldn't stop rubbing his hands together. So I said to him at that point, if I score today, I'll rub my hands together for you. And I scored one and totally forgot. I scored the second and totally forgot again, and in which time Carragher came and joined in the celebrations and said, "Why haven't you done the celebration?" And I went, "Oh, I forgot, totally forgot." And anyway, I had to score the third, and then certainly remembered.
Here's Owen. He's got McManaman arriving if he chooses to use him. He gets another chance. It's 4